All the choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? All the choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? Again, 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 again. Choices you made, would you make them again?
All the choices you made, would you make them again?
Choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again?
You just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep. Now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave, and by the time it's done, I'll be gone. I'll be
Our delicious new gingerbread and white chocolate Chatime is available in your choice of milky or frozen iced tea, or made hot, so you can enjoy it any way you like. Chatime, shaking tea up.
And hello everyone, and welcome back to the 2021 Australian Esports University League presented by Chatime Australia. I'm Jack, and with me here is Spudoom, and we have a great game in store for you all. The decider match for Group B, UniMelb Arctics versus the DropoUTS. This is a game that decides it, but of course, first we have to mention our sponsors, who without their help, we will not be able to bring this show to you all. We've got Chatime, Fresh Ice Team. Try our new range today at our local store, and they're the fastest growing iced tea franchise in Australia.
Of course, we also have Indomie. Feed your game, try out any of their flavors today. With Indomie noodles are made from carefully selected ingredients, the best quality flour and fresh spices from the natural resources of Indonesia, giving it a unique and delicious taste. As a result of Indomie's success, their range has expanded to 14 different products. That's a lot of Indomie noodles for all of you gamers out there. Of course, also RIG, they develop headsets, delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels.
And last but not least, of course, we have AOC. They're a global leader in monitor display technology, and for over 50 years, they've developed exceptional products and at an affordable price as well. So with that, we're also going to show you a little video about one of the tournaments that they are going to be hosting very soon, so be on the watch for that.
Announcing the AOC Community Challenge for Rainbow Six Siege. 5-on-5 action starting 30th of September. With an over $4,000 prize pool to be won. Registrations close September 26th, so register now at ael.org/AOC Challenge.
The AOC Community Challenge, it's going to be amazing. There's $4,000 worth of cash prize to be won. And of course, for the winning team, each of them get an AOC setup. That's a keyboard, a mouse, and also a nice AOC monitor. So definitely lots to play for. Make sure to join at AEL. The sign-ups are there, and it's definitely going to be a great tournament. And you might see a few familiar faces there as well on the casting desk. But let's take a look now at tonight's maps. Tonight's matchup is sure to be exciting. Jack, run us through the maps, and what have we got in store for us?
Yeah, definitely very conventional maps, but at the same time, going to be very, very good viewing. So we've got Oregon first, classic map. Got its rework a couple seasons ago, but it's still being played out to its fullest. But we do expect to see a lot of close playing, a lot of close quarters combat in that map. And also we've got Clubhouse as well for our second map. Now this map has been in the map rotation forever, But do you think that the recent rework on some of those bottom floor sites could maybe change the way it's being played?
I mean, now that they've introduced that extra door on that middle floor site on bar stock, it could actually be viable. You have an extra way of rotating, and I'd be really keen to see if any teams choose to actually bring that in. At the same time, this is a critical match, so maybe they won't take that risk because you see, UniMelb Arctic is actually fighting for a place in the playoffs here. They just need 3 rounds in total over the 2 maps in order to secure a place in the playoffs. On the other hand, if they fail to make less than 3 rounds, it will be UNSFW who actually makes it to the playoffs. So a lot riding here, in 3 rounds, not much space to work with.
If you're going to be that team, you have to be that team who gets their qualification spot on that new site, on what we used to call the meme site, where you would just shoot everyone and hope everything goes through that plan. But I would love to see if UniMelb are going to bring out some innovative new strats on that new bomb site. We've seen a little bit in Pro League as well, so it'd be great to see them go to that site, and especially as it's just been reworked. But nevertheless, we are going to hop into Oregon, which is going to be our first map. Oregon, definitely a classic map, and I expect to see some classic bands as well.
Yeah, Oregon, one of those maps which really, really test your strategies. Everyone knows how to play Oregon. Everyone, has prepared for it, and so you definitely need to be just better at it than other people. You can't expect them to be making mistakes, or at least rely on that. Speaking of classic bans, it will be the Thatcher bot off the board. First of all, DropoUTS taking the easy way out and dropping out of any, unconventional or difficult bans.
Oh, patch up, very, very standard ban, and the Jackal as well. Very similar to what we might see from a ranked game. No surprises so far, but once again, as a reminder, UniMelb only need 3 rounds, so if they just do everything standard, should be able to get those 3 rounds. Be really good to get them on this map as well. Just take a little bit of that pressure off of them coming into that second map. But DropoUTS, well, there is still something to play for. DropoUTS, if they can win this series with just the most amazing crush we've ever seen, there's still a chance that another team could compete. So definitely something still in this game to watch.
I mean, it would be another New South Wales team, so maybe you can now say we're on the same side. I mean, I feel like we have a bit of vested interest, Jack. May or may not be from one of the affected unis, but Aruni, last ban to go. Well, at least that still does leave the Kaid on the board, which means I'm going to expect a Maverick to be brought, especially when we're attacking that bottom floor. And of course, Drew.nr, last time we saw him on Oregon, he played that Maverick to really, really good effect. So really not surprised that they've chosen to leave up that option for him.
Good that his headset is actually appearing on top of our game right now. So sure, that just means that he's up to another level, right? He's even managed to get in the observer's feed, so he'll have all the intel he needs to do any of that Maverick tricking if necessary.
Second floor, though, it will be the first site here, which means he will be most likely going through that attic spot. There are, however, 2 sets of denial here. Both the Bandit and the Kaid have been brought out. No mute, as we've seen with the recent nerf. It does make it a little bit easier for attackers to open up those walls, but nevertheless, still a lot of wall denial. Rounding that out, of course, we have the Tachanka. Always great to see him being brought. The Jaeger for those ADSs, and of course a Clash, which is definitely a new addition.
Yeah, out of all of the operators to be brought on this side, I would not expect the Clash, but well, I'm not in the playoffs, unfortunately, unless DropoUTS will be able to win this game in great fashion. But yeah, Clash on that top floor site is a little bit tricky. Generally think of that as a very close quarters site. Not too many locations to kind of scamper off to if you get caught. So hopefully they're going to use that Clash to good effect, but it does seem that this is a strat that they're prepared for. They're kind of positioning that Clash in a good spot to make sure it gets the most effect that it can.
Starting off with the split push now, we have players moving in from the big tower and presumably taking attic, and also underneath that in that classroom, taking out that main wall into games. Both critical walls, though a lot of the time you will see people forego that attic wall entirely and just focus on the games wall and pushing through that that big double window. But of course, with that Maverick on board, no surprises here. They will be going for the attic.
Yep, attic wall being torn open now, and a good angle held by the Zofia. If that Jaeger man does goes for the peak, it could be very difficult for him to win that fight, as all bullets just singing past the shield behind this Chunka. Chunka goes right behind that shield. Since he got that shield on that last little bit of a balancing patch, Chunka probably sees a little more play. He's got that shield so he can use it to protect himself, like we just saw.
Axe now seems to have stalled out a little bit. I think the shield is giving the attackers a little bit of trouble. They do have the Gon 6 and some nades to work with, but Obi just pushes in and he manages to get one, but Chunka still here. I'm not sure if he's aware there's a second player here. Still doesn't have his gadget out either. It could be so influential here, but no. He will in fact take shots and be forced almost to fall back. No, he does have the grenade launcher out, but a little misplaced. Could actually lose his life very soon.
I don't know how that Zero got away with that, like just jumping straight through, takes out the player behind Chunka, and Chunka walks straight into one of the pre-fires from Pinion. This is falling apart extremely quickly. Now it's a 3v5 situation. All the players have powered down attic, but what is this? Brown Hulk takes one kill back onto Huang. Still a very difficult situation for the defenders, but Brown Hulk takes another kill onto Croissant, and Drew with a refrag though, he's equalizing this situation, he's making this less of a problem. A little bit of a knife comes out from the clash, but that's about it for UTS as the first round goes to the attackers.
Defense just kind of fell apart there. Too much pressure on that attic side. Brown Hulk, of course, made a valiant effort. He did manage to pick off 2 players on that kid's bedroom, on the master bedroom side. But unfortunately for him, all other players had fallen, and ultimately it was a crossfire that ended his life. So with that, the second floor does fall to the attackers. But the defenders, DropoUTS, actually looking to repeat this and almost the same lineup as well. Bandit switching over to Legion to hopefully slow down this push a little bit more.
Yeah, unfortunately they weren't able to get too much effect from that clash. You could see the desperation as she tried to get back into that attic area, but there was just too many players there and too many opponents to deal with that tiny little SMG. Actually got the knife out, so I'm wondering how that kind of happened. Knife kills are pretty rare in this game because of how much DPS those guns do. Will just burn you down, but must have gotten nice and close and pulled out the very reliable weapon as opposed to the limited ammo SMG.
Once again, we see the return of Tachanka's LMG. I'm glad to see it's being used here. Even though I have to say, last game it wasn't as effective as I would have liked it to be. It's got so many bullets and definitely could hold down this area a lot better. Hopefully he does manage to work out some of the problems he had with that those grenades. But for now, we'll have to wait and see. This attack is once again set up for much the same push here.
And I hope you guys at home are looking at the stream in good quality. It's gone a little bit pixelated for us, but that's not going to stop us from bringing you this great action.
Yeah, we can still
blame
tell
NPN for that one. But anyway, the defenders going back onto that top floor, and once again we see this shield setup from the Chunka. Didn't work too well last round, but I think he's going to be a bit more vigilant this round. Make sure that his teammate isn't taken out right behind him.
Once again, we have the Sophia holding down that long angle. Makes it a little more difficult for those players to pick attic. And as I speak, Failmere, that's a bit of a fail there. Does take a bullet to the head. And that's really a pick that should not have been lost there. It's a free kill for the attackers, and you really need all the manpower you can get here.
Yeah, and it's not gonna help, especially with that clash. Essentially, you're down one gun when you bring that operator, so you really don't want to be losing these very precious 4 remaining guns on the defending team. Attackers are once again swarming, but from onto the site. Not from the attic this time though, as you see several players now pushing through this trophy room side. Might be a good time as there's only one player in the attic. He's down actually, Zofia down. Maverick comes to help him, and actually so many kills from the blue team through the stream quality. We see 3 whole kills come out for UniMelb, and this is just crushing. Last player is going to be that Legion, but he's immediately taken out. Clean headshot from the Maverick as he drops from the attic and brings the second of the 3 required rounds for UniMelb.
Well, if there was any doubt that UniMelb knew what they were doing, all doubt was just removed by that round. A flawless round to make it their second round, 2 out of 3 in order to get into playoffs. And if they continue this, I think it's a done and dusted deal. There is almost no chance that UniMelb fail to qualify. But yeah, for DropoUTS, definitely going to have to look at switching sites. I mean, that was even more of a crushing defeat than the first round.
Yeah, that's a bit tough, but maybe this bottom floor, it's just a breath of fresh air. It can do something that might let DropoUTS come back from this. They seem very insistent on that clash, and the bottom floor is definitely a site where that clash is a little bit more effective than the top floor. You saw as the difficulty of that player trying to get any use out of the shocking shield. In the basement, it's a little more open. You can kind of go around, walk around a bit more, but that still doesn't stop the fact, that doesn't change the fact that DropoUTS, they're just struggling, trying to get into this game at any point, at any method, whether it's just those frags or from a strategic point. So they really need to change something up here.
Oregon was the map picked by UniMelb, so no surprises there that they're very good at it. And of course, we have seen them play it before, and they did very, very well. Actually, it was against UNSFW that time as well. Of course, it is considered a little more defender-sided. It can be one of those very, very difficult to attack maps. But so far, UniMelb haven't had any difficulty at all. Definitely showing them DropoUTS, giving them a run for their money here.
Yeah, definitely very clean play from UniMelb. Been very good with the refragging, as you could see from those last rounds. As long as just the general coordination, suddenly someone bursts into the site and takes out the smoke. That's 3 players down on the orange team, as this is a huge flurry of kills. This is a rush in the first 45 seconds of the round. And could this be it? Could this be what seals UniMelb into that playoffs, as another player is taken out just down to the shield operator? What can he do?
4v1 now. He managed to find one, but he's got to find more. That's 4v0. There's a little bit of lag, and it does indeed confirm UniMelb have made it to the playoffs. We will be seeing them again in those playoffs for, of course, the grand prize. For DropoUTS, though, it will be a little bit disappointing. They couldn't help their fellow Sydney brethren. But look, we won't hold it against you as long as you give us a good game to watch here. Certainly, there's still a lot of rounds to be doing that. Though, you know, they do need to step it up a little bit. That clash is, again, not able to be effective. And elbow, you know, falling so quickly is just not something you want there. It's one of those key positions you got to be holding. And that just was not it.
No, not at all. I was actually going to commend the smoke for doing such a good job. He picked up his shield, replaced it to make sure it wasn't going to get blown up with Flores drone, but just maybe being caught off guard there. As that UniMelb team hit the site like a sack of bricks, and just there was very little resistance. You saw the Maestro struggling in desperation, shooting back using all of his ammo in that LMG, not able to connect too many bullets, and with that, the whole team just goes down. Going down is once again what DropoUTS is going to be doing again, going to that basement site.
Hopefully for our spectators, this is going a little bit better for you guys, because we are having some major control issues here. Even the observer is not able to
Attackers must
do
locate and
anything.
defuse a bomb.
But in the meantime, hopefully we get this sorted out, as we can at least tell you that once again, dropouts have brought the clash. So 4th time lucky, perhaps. But I guess we will have to go to a bit of a technical pause now as we sort out some of these connection issues. But in the meantime, thoughts on those first 3 rounds, Jack? Anything you want to add?
That was dominating, I would say, from UniMelb. Definitely showing a lot of why they are in this top part of the bracket, showing a lot of that skill. But just as an addition, I've got word that this UniMelb team has actually joined up for our AOC tournament that I talked about. So I encourage all of you to join up for that tournament. It's going to be a great time. A lot of, I'm sure, fun games there to be had and some great prizes as well.
Yeah, so make sure you guys get on that and sign up. You can actually join up as individuals. I've had a look at the list, and the people are joining as individuals while looking for teams. So if you haven't got a team, no worries. I do believe you can actually find one when you get there. But in the meantime, I think we might go to a bit of a pause, a bit of a break here as we sort out some of these technical issues. We will be back shortly, so make sure to stick around and grab some Chatime in the meantime.
From classic iced tea flavours like peach or mango to exotic lychee or pomegranate, you can enjoy your Chatime any way you like. Chatime, shaking tea up.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. All the choices you made, did you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? All the choices you made, did you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? Again, 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 again. Did you make them choices you made, did you make them
All the choices you made, did you make them
Did you make them choices you made, did you make them again, 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 again?
You just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep. Now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave, and by the time it's done I'll be gone. so distant when you're home, always hanging by your phone. Do I even know you? And I get paranoid sometimes, 'cause I know that you're in mine, and I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see no tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep that when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave, and by the time it's done, I'll be
When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite. Count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. Find me tonight. When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite. Count on me to make you come alive.
Our delicious new gingerbread and white chocolate Chatime is available in your choice of milky or frozen iced tea, or made hot, so you can enjoy it any way you like. Chatime, shaking tea up.
And we're back. Apologies for that. We had some severe technical issues relating to our producer's internet. So yeah, you can blame him or you can blame whoever put the internet in place. So yeah, but basically, yeah, internet. So yeah, in the meantime, you may have seen the scoreline. I believe it's 4-3. Back to 4-3, 5-2. Yes, UniMelb still in the lead, but DropoUTS have caught up a little bit. They did manage to win their last attacking round, which is, of course, difficult nevertheless. But yeah, we're back into it.
Yeah, at the tail end of that defending half, ETS manages to find 2 defending rounds, so that's pretty good on their part. Definitely turns some of that half around. Not the scoreline you'd prefer to see, but it's at least something. UniMelb, however, managed to clinch that first attacking round, which is going to be very influential here, as attacking rounds are definitely a lot harder on Oregon. Now, once again, they've gone onto this attack on this top floor, and it seems like this new Flores is going to be doing something. However, first kill comes out from the Tai, and that is very unfortunate, as now they're going to be fighting from a disadvantage.
That's one hard breacher removed off the board, and the ace, of course, is very crucial. And in fact, as we speak, a second one gets lit up, but will be able to win that battle. But C4 goes out, takes out another chunk of health, and the attackers are just being chewed apart here. 2v3 now. For once, attackers actually have an advantage, but on very low health, and it could be over in a second. Another kill comes out, and it's a 2v1 scenario. All up to old mate Sledge. I can't even read his name anymore.
Well, Sledge, down to him to make it not match point for UniMelb. He needs to find these 2 kills somehow and somewhere. They're both on full HP. Tide has like 125 HP, so even harder to take down now, and he walks straight into that crossfire, is immediately taken out. So that's going to be it for the Sledge, and it also pushes UniMelb to that ever so important match point.
Yeah, great point to be at here. They can win this very handily and push this over very, very quickly. Of course, they do still have to deal with that basement defense. I believe that, or at least another site that UTS has in the pocket. They did, of course, win the basement previously. So, once again, no, they did not win the basement. They will be returning to the basement here. as this is a last-ditch attempt for UTS to at least get some rounds on the board here and push this closer to overtime. Of course, even though they might not be able to make it to playoffs, they still want to at least leave a lasting impression here. Get those licks in while they still can, and UTS definitely a lot to lose here.
Definitely. You don't want to be that team that just rolls, especially to this lineup. Look at this, the Caviera being picked by Huang. If we see an interrogation here, that's just going to be sending a message to all the teams, other teams in the playoff. Fear us, because we will bring out these operators that will ruin your day.
Well, it will also be another shield op for UTS. They have brought out the Monty. We don't see him. We haven't seen him much, in fact, this game. So I'm definitely going to be really excited to see how he plays out. Whether they'll use it to just straight up hard push that elbow, or whether they'll use it to bring pressure down the back stairs, or even, as I said, go down laundry. That could also be a possible strategy here.
Yeah, Sewell seems to be a big fan of those shield operators. Not seen a lot of those in this game, as they're a bit tricky to play, but definitely big fan of those shields. Oh no! Oh, I thought I was gonna down him, but he just managed to get out there. Doesn't even take too much damage. Kai's got old bones, but very good at keeping on his feet apparently, as he jumps down from that top floor attic. From the 3 pixels that I can see now, Kai is going to be hiding in this big tower, so wonder if a Monty or someone else might walk in there unbeknownst that someone's in the corner.
Alibi now also going for this run out, actually gets a cheeky run out. Unfortunately, that ace was not looking the right way, and once again, opening pick. You don't want to be losing the ace so early on, and another kill comes out. Will be traded out for 2, and that does put UniMelb still in the man advantage, but not as close as before. But the Caviera, here she comes. She may get an interrogation. Downs 1. Can she find the other one? I believe he's right next to her. He is, but it's a bit difficult to tell. Monty's in a world of hurt right now.
Yeah, it's got a shield against this shotgun, but does a heap of damage. Grenades coming out. Can he win this fight? Yes, he can with the pistol. Shield on his back, but is immediately refragged, and that is going to be it. Caviera not effective, but still takes out some for her eventual demise, but that didn't matter. What mattered is now UniMelb got that 7 point and going to be winning this match in quite some style.
Yeah, I mean, if we looked at the ladder, DropoUTS weren't slouches themselves. They were placed 4th in the group, so about the middle, and they weren't doing too badly. But this UniMelb lineup just makes them look so different. They just walked all over them. DropoUTS just did not have an answer, and UniMelb in dominating and controlling fashion throughout that entire game. Or from what we saw of it anyway.
That is true. So hopefully we'll get those issues fixed out before our second map of Clubhouse. Gonna be it's gonna be UniMelb's. Oh, sorry, UTS's pick, as I have on my notepad. Oh, what's it? It was UniMelb on the defense, and it's gonna be UTS's pick. So maybe we can see a little bit more strategy or a little more depth from that UTS team.
Yeah, even on whatever map you choose, you need to be really good at the attack, because if you choose that map, you know the opponent most likely will be picking the defensive side first, except for maybe Coastline. So you definitely need to know how to attack it, because that is where you separate a good team from a great team. A good team can defend, but a great team knows how to attack. You have to take the initiative and take the fight to your opponents. But with that being said, it will be the first map going to UniMelb, who have, of course, as we have mentioned, secured themselves a place in the playoffs. Anything more to add to that before we go to another break, Jack?
No, it's going to be a great game. So coming up very soon, hopefully we can get these quality issues fixed up. And I'd like to thank all our sponsors as well, Chatime, AOC, Indomie, and RIG. So until our break's ended, I hope to see you then.
Before we're done.
classic iced tea flavours like peach or mango to exotic lychee or pomegranate. You can enjoy your Chatime any way you like. Chatime, shaking tea up.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. 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 I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. Can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. Oh, clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Our delicious new gingerbread and white chocolate Chatime is available in your choice of milky or frozen iced tea, or made hot, so you can enjoy it any way you like. Chatime, shaking tea up.
Hello and welcome back to this map 2 of AEL University Cup for Rainbow Six. I'm Spudoom, with me is Jack, and of course this has been a major battle for a place in the playoffs for UniMelb, and they of course have now confirmed their place, so definitely easy sailing from here. In fact, we can actually take a look at some of these stats and see how that all panned out from what we saw and what we didn't see as well.
Yeah, UniMelb on the stats front, definitely taking it away. High from all their members except Huang. Unfortunately, not quite being able to put in as much impact as expected, really. And but on the UTS side, all 11% survival rate. If that's not a team that stays together, dies together as a team, I don't know what is.
Yeah, in life or death, they're together, and overall their ratings are all about the same as well. Of course, Mr. Failmere, unfortunately, a -5 on entry, and I did see him playing ace quite often as well. So not the person you want to be sticking their head around the corner first. Might want to work on that, guys. But overall, a good showing. They did manage to trip up UniMelb a few times, but it will be UniMelb to take out the win. Of course, honorable mention to, of course, Obi as well, who did manage to get that +4 opening pick. So great on those entries. We now go to, however, Clubhouse, which is the map that DropoUTS picked. Do you think this is going to pan out any different to what we saw before?
Hard to tell, but just off like my gut feeling, it's going to be very difficult for DropoUTS to just even rival some of the gun skills that UniMelb are bringing. But if they're able to bring some of these new strats, especially on that first floor bomb site, now if a team is able to win that site, I'm just going to name them as the unofficial caster preferred team for this game.
Yeah.
But because that site's great. I'm just waiting for people to catch on.
Yeah, I mean, I still remember getting like a 4K or an ace with the Maestro shotgun, just sitting on the pool, back in the pool, and just waiting for people to push me. It was hilarious. But hopefully these guys can do something more than just hilariousness. Hopefully they can actually win some rounds. I would really like to see this go to at least a 7-5. DropoUTS, unfortunately, just not being able to perform at the level that we expected of them. Will, however, be a Thatchin and Osa ban. Not sure what that's about, since Osa's not allowed anyway.
Just making sure the rules are followed,
Yeah.
DropoUTS know that they're in a great position going into this map. So obviously they need to get rid of all the operators that don't matter.
I'm starting to think this is a bit of a deliberate strategy. They might be memeing on us here.
I don't know about that. And this is some very serious bans at the top tier of the game. And oh, that's Clash gone.
That's top
definitely
tier.
a target ban against Sleevel. So not gonna see shield of the defense for him. Boohoo. Maybe he'll actually use a gun and get a kill this time.
Well, he could play Goya and just hold his shield around. I was going to suggest Osa, but of course, that too is banned. So, maybe he'll just sit this one out and just wait for next game. Or you could play the mirror. Of course, do what old mate Marley does and hide in a corner with the mirror. No one will ever expect that.
Of course not.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. It's the best strategy around.
Yeah, it is going to be UniMelb. Going onto that defense first, we do see a mirror being taken out. So maybe they have, perchance, heard you. Going to apply that strat. Maybe hide it in one of those darker areas of the site, as there are so many kind of sneaky places in the clubhouse that you can hide in. Either dark corners or like under tables. What do you think you'll see here?
I reckon she should run out of garage with the mirror. That would be a big frame play. Everyone would be too busy shooting at her, and then someone can run out of stock and throw the C4 up. I reckon that is the most optimal play there is. There is nothing that could possibly go wrong with that strategy.
Of course not. Mirror shield is definitely as protective as that new operator Osa's shield. So doesn't look like we're going to see that, unfortunately, as she is putting those mirrors down, it looks like. Maybe one on this red wall, or maybe one on the breach. I like to see a couple mirrors on the breach. Don't get to see that too often.
Yeah, haven't you heard the new bandit tricking is old? We use mirror tricks now. Yeah. A bit of a spawn peek here. Fail, man. No, not again. He's brought low right from the start. Why do you keep making this mistake? But Monty will be used to push up right into garage, which is a great use of Monty. Let's hope he actually manages to do that instead of...
Well, this is a very quick take, as we also see Varillion going for a little bit of mavericking on the breach. That's going to completely negate the Kaid Electric Claw, but hopefully, I don't know if we'll see him get this as, takes a chunk of damage. Croissant gets shot through the wall as Fail, Mister, and Varon on the wall, trying to get that open.
Just a little bit concerned that this Monty doesn't actually have backup. He is solo pushing, and that's usually not considered the most optimal way to play this Monty. You do want someone to actually capitalize off that intel. Brown Hulk will be able to find one, but it will be decreasing going down. But Brown Hulk actually takes out Obi early on, so no longer will they be the opening picks. He will be able to get a pick for himself and make it a 4v3 situation here in the favor of DropoUTS.
Guys, we have a game on our hands. Look at this. It's all of a sudden 3-3 with Huang being taken out. That is now suddenly in the advantage of DropoUTS. Now DropoUTS just need to get that wall open, but it's a little bit tricky. Mavericking can be very tricky, and Fail Mister is on such low health from that start. So if he even takes a tick or two of damage from the electrified wall, it'll be a very embarrassing way of going out.
Yeah, he really needs to watch his runouts and spawn peaks a little bit better. It's been the opening pick for too many times, and you got to work on that -5 there, buddy. But Monty will be in the site now, and he's actually managed to hold off this Aruni and get those intel. But Drew will be crossing across from the windows. He does get spotted, but can't quite find that planter. And now he's actually locked behind the site. Punyan trying to go for the peek behind him, but it will be the diffuser almost going down here. The punch is not able to throw off this Monty. Diffuser goes down. Drew gets taken out by that player in the window, and it's all up to Punyan to clutch this out.
Punyan trapped in the CCTV room, got the Monty on his main door, has to go through the rotate because that Monty is surely not going to give it up. He has 3 to find, all on low HP, so even a tickle from this P10 could take him down, but no, Baron rounds that corner with the M4 in hand and takes him out. First round for the attackers, definitely not something I would have expected, but very much good attack from the dropouts.
Yeah, definitely a different team from what we just saw on Oregon. Very much in control of that round. There were a few mistakes here and there that could have cost them. I mean, you know, a couple of early picks here and there, and of course, Failmere almost going down right off the bat. But they did manage to pull through. They did manage to secure themselves a round, and they will be able to go on to the second attack with that experience and also that momentum to help them hopefully win this map.
Yeah, Sleeve Owl, so influential on that Monty. You can just see how strong it is on this map as well. Getting that garage control pretty much for free. Being able to walk up there, not too well supported by his teammates, but somehow makes that work as I believe the Kaid just a bit scared, ran away, and once upon going through that window, going to be shot from the breach, which was already Maverick open. So definitely a good death trap set up in that garage area from the attackers. Now UniMelb going back to the same site, but they've brought two operators to counter that Monty. They really don't like him. We've got Frost, who's going to be putting her mats inside the garage and making sure he's not got that free reign to just walk up those stairs, and also that Oryx as well.
I am a little bit concerned though. They haven't actually brought any wall denial, not even a mute, and that's going to be free pickings for dropouts to open up that main breach wall, which is usually the first point of order, the first thing you do, and it's very, very critical. So a bit of concern there, but Failmere once again taking the first shot. Buddy, you gotta learn. You gotta learn.
He's really dancing with the devil here. Been taking so much damage just from the get-go. -5 entries from the last round, and could we see a clash between Drew and the Brown Hulk here, as Dev he's just missed him by such a small margin. You're going to see the feet now, so he knows there's one around and can use that scanner to track as well.
I'm a little concerned about the fact that he sees the footprints going behind him, but he does not worry at all. Surely, you know, at that point, you do something about it. But in the meantime, the wall will be opened up now. It's free for Thermite to open, and Brown Hulk has managed to make it to the bottom garage and lounge. So that's a lot of control, and not much resistance so far on the part of UniMelb.
Yeah, Brown Hulk's made his way into the garage, through the breach, I believe, at the bottom of those garage walls. So if he's able to take out Obi, who is sitting still in those rafters, could be huge for the attackers. However, he's got to be aware of all the defenders around him. Summon stock as well. Monty's going to have a lot more trouble here, as there are multiple things in his way.
It's also Frostman. I'm not sure he's seen that. But Drew will make sure he doesn't see anything. He manages to get this shot. He does not. Valorant and Croissant both manage to trade out there. Brown Hulk, however, will end the life of Drew, and Dick Grayson finds Pinion, leaving in a 2v3 situation as Dick Grayson traded out immediately.
This is much better from the attackers. Got a full control of that garage. No frost mats being triggered as well, which means that they're going to be able to get through there scot-free. Good kill from Brown Hulk, who was not only watching his own flank, but also putting so much pressure on those players in the rafters. Now this diffuser can be ferried over. However, Croissant pushing up close, sees the Monty, does some damage, not able to get that full kill though, and it's Varian with the cover as well. Smoke's coming out, but this is a bit of a desperate situation. It's got to throw these smokes over as one lands, downs one player actually, so making this much more doable.
Livel, of course, can lock off this last player, Croissant, from making it to the site. He's still got smoke grenades to work with, but I believe that will be his last one. So he's going to have to go for the peek, but I don't think they're aware of this flank. Oh no, he does get spotted out, and he's going to have to rotate over. Looking for this diffuser before it goes down, but might be too late. The Monty does his job, and now it's an uphill battle for UniMelb.
This Monty has just been so devastating for the UniMelb team. Not able to get anything past it, despite bringing both the Oryx and that Frost mats. Now the smoke, out of smoke canisters as well, so he's just got to brute force his way, punching no effect at that Monty. Got only an SMG 11. struggles to fit through the rotate and 15 seconds left. He's got to find 2 kills. This is looking very, very tough as he dips and dives, jumps around, doesn't see that there's play there, and that's going to be it. Brown Hulk bring it forward with the second round on that attack. They've already done it as good as they have in the last match.
For reference though, this is Clubhouse we're talking about. CCTV, the best site on Clubhouse to defend, and DropoUTS have managed to plant both times. I don't know whether that says more about DropoUTS or about UniMelb's performance here, but for sure DropoUTS have made that Monty work so well. UniMelb just need to find an answer for it, because if this continues, maybe we might see, you know, the tides completely reverse here as DropoUTS pushing UniMelb really hard here.
It's been somewhat of a close scrap, but DropoUTS have always been able to get in that site, and there's been a few close calls, but they've always managed to get that final goal, which is to get that diffuser onto the bomb site and use that Monty. You could see the last players just struggling against doing anything against the Monty once that plant is done. So definitely we can see that this plan, using that shield operator, is working a lot better on the Clubhouse than it did on Oregon. I wonder if that was just a matter of this Oregon not being their map, or just being a bit more structured and kind of planned on this map, which is the one that DropoUTS has chosen.
Regardless, you do have to realize that at this point of the competition, especially when you're playing for those playoff spots, you do need to know how to attack the majority of maps, and that includes Oregon. It's such a staple. You might get away with banning Coastline or maybe even Chalet, but Oregon, there is no way you can not do your preparation and expect to get anywhere with that.
Yeah, definitely a very complicated map, as Drew, he's done so much damage in the past few rounds, but he's going to be cut off completely in this round. Destroyed through, gonna not allow any spawn peaks through, as Huang is also taken out, so spawn peaks really coming back to bite them.
3v5 in an early scenario, and that's a great position for DropoUTS to be in with less than a minute off the clock already. Oryx hard counter takes out the Monty, who has been such a pain. Helmir on low health as well. It's finally worked out for them, and will this be the one that stops the DropoUTS attack?
You hate to see it, as just this charging Hulk of a man. C4 also comes out onto Brown Hulk himself, taken out. Now that main stairs pressure is relieved, more C4s going up through the floor. Will this one land onto either Fail Mister, who is already low health, or this Maverick? No, doesn't seem to have it detonated yet, so it definitely could have some room to have an impact, as all of a sudden this is a 3v3 situation. Defenders still have firm control on the site, and attackers have lost their most important asset, which has been that Monty.
Definitely lots of ways, though, that attackers could move around now. They have got that kitchen hatch open and the dirt tunnel, so lots of ways to play. Would have been better if they had also gotten this blue hatch, but, well, it is what it is. They will have to start working with what they have. And a minute left, still time, but not the best, especially if you want to be going for this hatch.
He's being got, as there is an angry player underneath. He doesn't see it, as Croissant through the Maverick's own holes. Gotta be careful when you're opening those hatches, as that is unfortunate for the Maverick. Not able to get the hatch fully open before his demise. This leaves it up to the remaining 2 players. Fail Mister, who didn't manage to not get spawn peek this round, but still has taken some damage from somewhere. 2 hard breaches remaining on the team. Gonna need to do something through this kitchen hatch, as I've just been told. Pre-place C4 right under Dick Grayson's feet, so anytime that could go off, and could be the end of him.
We're going for the execute now, but Croissant and Obi clean it all up. Easy pickings for them as the attackers drop the hatch without much intel. And that will be the diffuser as well being dropped off the map. UniMelb, first round for them on the defense of Clubhouse. A good way to start out. They do need one more to even out with dropouts, but better late than never, I suppose. You do need to be picking up those defensive rounds on Clubhouse.
Definitely, as the 2 rounds dropouts have accomplished already a good half already, just based on those 2 rounds. 2-4 scoreline you could often see. Fail Mister seems to have few connection or SSD problems, as he seems to be struggling to load in a bit, but hopefully that gets sorted out as we progress further in the match. Going to be picking onto that again, so we've seen him do some good stuff with those breaching charges and with that gun. Been spawn picked a lot less now that he's off the ace for some reason, so hopefully it doesn't happen again here.
Gym, bedroom, usual tertiary site, so I suspect we won't be seeing bar stock in this particular defensive rotation. But once again, an actual very strong site, and lots of people, in fact, I believe in Apex South, teams are actually starting to play that almost as a primary. I think Invictus does that, or very close, even a secondary. There's definitely lots of room to work with. You can hold remotely from that CC as we start to see the setup. And of course, you have that big jacuzzi wall and the shower walls, which need to be worked through before you get onto the site. So, very strong defensive position.
At the same time, this map is, the site is also very strong for that Monty. Can just walk right through all the defenses. Once again, we're going to have an Oryx on these. So they definitely have the plans and the capabilities of dealing with a Monty, but it can be very tricky to position your the giant hulk of a man that is Oryx in the correct place to get rid of that Monty in an effective manner.
Well, hard breaches have been stalled out by some of these mute jammers. I'm not quite sure where they are making their way. Both of these walls have remained solid, and oh, never mind. Valerian off-screen actually managed to get Croissant right off the bat for 0 damage. Oh, a bit of damage done, but free kill. And that will be Logi freed up for the most part.
Impressive kill onto the hatch. Normally, it's quite difficult to kind of peek your head around there. Angle's not great for the attackers, but Valerian takes out the mute, so that's going to be a C4 off the board. No SAS shotgun or the MP, or the SMG-11 either, so big opening frag from dropouts, and that's kind of something that has been a very definitive marker between this map and the previous. Dropouts are finding these entries more often than not, actually.
Obi now watching this window very, very closely. There are players playing close, and if they peek at the wrong time, they could get hit. And as we speak, Obi takes out Dick Grayson and Drew, makes another onto the Monty as well. That's the key player off the board, and suddenly what looked like a great attack is now not so much. Dropouts in a man-down position.
Always dangerous to be walking around that balcony, and see why. It's lit up from several sides, as there goes Varian also falling to those balconies. Well, nice kill from Brown Hulk as he takes a chunk load of damage through the smoke grenade, nonetheless. Takes out one though, so that's going to put it back to a 2v3 situation. Defenders have the advantage, and OB wants to find his second frag for this round. He's already dealt with the Monty, can also use his gun to good effect and shoot many players, but oh, what is this? Brown Hulk sneaks past the stone smoke grenade. Good kill from him, as that's going to be the player taken out on the red stairs, but he is also taken down.
10 seconds left.
And for once, Failmere is actually going to be the last one alive here. A bit of a marked difference, but without support, he's not going to be able to do much. He does get one, and he falls through the hatch. I'm not quite sure how that might have ended out if he hadn't done so. Maybe he could have gone for a late plant and just hope for the best, but UniMelb will even it out now, and those early deficits have now come back to very convincing wins on the defense for the last 2 rounds.
Yeah. So Mike piecing out was going to be 0 seconds anyway, so unlikely that he could have done too much less the last two lined up for him. Got his one at least, so definitely gonna increase his survival and his KD stats, which would be definitely very important in this game. As
You know, I just feel sorry for Failmere. Like, he wants to get his Thermite pick every time he plays Thermite, but his computer just won't let him load in fast enough. It's kind of sad, actually.
yeah, you hate to see it, but you know, if you are the winner of our AOC community tournament, I'm sure they'll give you a lot of good things like a monitor, keyboard, and maybe that'll help your game load faster. You never know.
You get that glorious 144 hertz. You know, when I like switch from 60 hertz to 144, I was like, wow, I can see so much better. Whether I was a better gamer is a different question, because you know, I'm bad at the game. I talk about it, I don't play it. But you know, I'm sure all of you gamers out there who are participating in the competition will be better than me. So maybe it will help you. In the meantime, though, back to the second floor here. CCTV Gym, we did see DropoUTS win this 2 times, both with plants, so it's interesting that they have chosen to go here. Of course, not much option, apart from bar stock, I guess.
Yeah, that's a shame. I'm not going bar, as it's now not in the stockroom anymore. They've moved that site onto the other side, or kind of the stage area, as our first kill actually comes out. Fail, mister! Oh no, he's taken out once again. That's gonna be undoing all the good he did last round, as once again he's the opening kill of the round.
I just wish that this Monty had a bit more backup. He could actually do so much damage here. He's got all the intel, and Obi is completely preoccupied. You know, if they had more support help, really could flush this player out of the garage so much faster and actually take this territory they need. But for now, Obi will just be dancing with this Monty and, you know, getting away for free.
Oh, that's not good. Monty's got a mine in him, and he needs to back out, and that's going to do a lot of damage as well. But the thing is, this Monty has been getting the support. It's just not quite the support they need, as you saw Fail Mister falling to the garage player, and all the attackers now funneling into that singular door. There's just 2 attackers left, as Slivel is tanking these smoke grenades. Oh no, he's trapped between a smoke, and now he's in it, and this is gonna be it, as the entire garage just gets completely gassed. Maori now left at his lonesome, as he doesn't win that from the Coyote, who just takes outside, says goodbye, and UniMelb showing what they are capable of doing, sending a message, winning that round in great fashion.
Yeah, what a difference there. A flawless round to top it off. And DropoUTS just not able to get a single foothold into the building. And I think UniMelb and us, we've seen the kind of the weak point of DropoUTS attack, and that is they rely on the Monty to take garage in order to take that site. If you deny that Monty, they can't do anything. They weren't even able to open the wall up. And I worry for DropoUTS that they're too reliant on this strategy. They need to be able to adapt and have some contingency plans in case, you know, lo and behold, the Monty does go down.
Yeah, and with all of the stuff available to counter that Monty, we've got the Oryx, the smoke grenades, and also the Legion mines, which they were bringing last round. It's very difficult to brute force through that garage, as we saw. Nevertheless, UniMelb completes their 3-round rotation, basement, gym, and CCTV. So now they can go back onto that basement where they were extremely dominating in that last round. I believe the last 2 players had to drop the hatch, and there was just nothing else for them to do.
10 seconds left.
However, earlier we saw that Monty go down very quickly. Maybe if they're able to do something else with that Monty, instead of pushing it down that dirt tunnel and get hit by the Oryx, if they are able to move that somewhere else, would be very big for them.
Yeah, perhaps even down Oil Pit or down Blue. Maybe have a give that info to whoever is following up. Drew this time will be the first to take a bit of damage, however, he'll get away with his life, making his way towards Garage. As attackers looking yeah, they've made their way into this lounge, hoping to cut off the attack, the defenders from rotating between the sites. Sorry,
Faithful
between
fail me.
the spawn.
He's done it. Brown Hulk's got the opening kill, gets the second one as well. Right, he's already almost in the site, inside the bar stock room. As pre-fires almost lands another kill onto Drew, who takes a lot of damage. But now he's pushing straight in, and that's just a little bit too much of aggression. Got his 2 kills though, so all of a sudden 3v2 in the first minute or so of the round. Wang right next to him with the shotgun. So if Dick Grayson pushes in, this could be a huge shotgun shut down the corner. Drew now with the pistol, gets the deagle out. Slivel's pistol is just better though.
Obi, however, is facing down the Monty, but with the line scan, he's not able to push out. There's also a player just supporting him at the back of that tunnel as well. Almost gets caught out, but Wang will be able to take one out with this E4. And with his shotgun in hand, he's now dancing with these players. Gets one. Can he find the second? A team kill.
Yes, he can.
It's worth it. 3. It's so worth it. He takes out that Monty and takes a round for UniMelb.
Oh no. Look. If I was in that situation, I would be 100% fine with just the shotgun collateral, just spraying all those pellets straight into the teammate and the Monty. Nevertheless, effective as hop onto that 4th round, onto that basement site. That was a very quick one as well.
Obi on the top of the scoreboard now, going 7-4. Drew, another star player, not doing so hot this time, but still definitely pulling his weight. And of course, Failmere, no longer the opening death. He has gotten a couple of picks for himself. 2-4, not great, but not terrible either. We will be switching over now to a new half. Dropouts will get the chance to defend. And here is where we'll really see if things are different. UniMelb are on the attack here, and if they are not prepared for this, Dropouts could definitely even this out. But if UniMelb are indeed the better team, I think we will expect to see a match point very shortly.
Definitely. And I wonder if this singular mute jammer on the breach is gonna have as much effect as it used to before, because the new mute changes, they don't kind of block whole wall anymore. It's more of a sphere, so half of that wall might be not muted, and if we see a good ace placement, it could get rid of the wall and that jammer along with it if he kind of knows about it. So definitely going to be interesting to see if they know about the new changes.
Of course, if it's just a mute, you can also simply burn through it
with
the torch. Yeah, but with the repel trick, you can also do that. Oh, fail, Mister. Unlucky, bro.
My heart. I can't take this anymore. It's just so sad to see him taken out on the smooth nonetheless. So huge frag coming out from UniMelb. Obviously not expecting such quick mavericking and that repel as well.
Well, you'd expect that if you're playing Clubhouse, you would be prepared for this. I mean, it's so very, very common. Everyone does that, and it's what you do when you don't have the option to cut through that breach. However, Valerian will find an answer back. He does take out Wang, that Yana, and of course, Croissant will find him straight away. Oh, a second will be found, leaving Sival to take out Drew in a 3v2 scenario. Not looking good for this first offensive round.
No, Sival, he's been great on the shields, and now he's got a real gun with that MP5, pulls out the SMG11, wants to go for that close combat, close range fight with that huge headshot machine. Fighting from 2 fronts now, one up the red stairs, one through the breach, and he's got a bit of help from Brown Hulk, who is holding the garage next to him. Can kind of have a look up that stairs. However, Slivel is taken down, so much for hyping him up. Unfortunately, that leaves Brown Hulk to clutch this out in a 1v2 situation. We haven't seen too many 1vx situations in this map yet, but if there's anyone who can do it, it's Brown Hulk. He's been getting so many kills. However, that's not going to be it. He is shut down straight through the open breach. 5th round for UniMelb.
And that just shows how important it is to open that breach. Even if you're going for a back take, it does allow you to cut off anybody rotating through that site, especially that top garage player. And so even though Brown Hawk held that really crucial position and it was able to get some nice kills, ultimately he couldn't push across. He had to take that fight against that player on the rappel. And of course, as we all know, that is a very, very difficult gunfight to be taking.
Yeah, for sure. As fortunately, we don't get to see any bar bomb sites yet, but
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
it could definitely happen. Once again, DropoUTS going onto that top floor. So if they're able to win this, maybe they can bring a little bit of that momentum into some of their following rounds.
Well, we do actually see a rook here, going back to the French boys. Not working out so well for Slivel, but he will be bringing a 2-time site. Maybe he can return the favor and get an early spawn peak as well. And hopefully Failmere might not be the first to die. He does need to kind of keep himself alive with those 3 smoke grenades and an anchor player. Definitely not, not the best to be going down so early.
Yeah, it's got a great track record for not going down, right? But hopefully it goes a little bit better this round, as I'm sure he'll be playing a little bit more safer. Now that he knows about the Maverick angles especially, he'll be very cautious of that. And you also see a little of this wall kind of being torn out, making it a bit more difficult for the Maverick to do his job of getting that wing. Pony pre-fire. I thought that was one of the defending players, but I seen Obi take a bit of damage from underneath. Not sure from where. Maybe just taking some damage from this Jaeger who is in that hallway next to him. They are kind of aware of each other's location, but none can find that ever so crucial frag.
The Valrion will actually be the one who finds him. He does drop down and get a pick here, so he does support that Jaeger, but he's left on low health, so rotate back up through this backside. However, will be spotted out by Croissant, who may be able to get some free picks here. I don't think they've actually seen the drone, and in the meantime, the wall is opened, so that's good progress. Roughly still 2 minutes to work with, so
A bomb has been located.
lots of time.
Look, time indeed, but with 1 man down, it is the Nook, so not an incredible amount of utilities. Losing the frags is not great, but at the end of the day, Nook's ability is to get into that site quickly. Maverick walks through the breach. Don't know if any of the defenders are aware of this. Oh, there is a smoke right next to him. Takes a lot of damage, but that shotgun just nails Drew. Takes him out of the server variant with another frag as well. But his aim skill can win him gunfights. Croissant now with the Reaper. With when all the dust is settled, 4v2 in the defender's favor. Still a bit of hard breach and some grenades on the sledge remain, so they do have some utility to get through some of the more tricky parts, but what they don't have is an alive sledge, as Slivel takes him out using that MP5.
Well, up to Croissant now. He's got to find 4 players. One of them is on low health, but this is not looking good. The flank, however, doesn't work out for Dick Grayson. Robin is taken out. Oh, and a second from Fail, Mr. Not such a great peak now. It's a 1v2, and suddenly this is so much more winnable. With 30 seconds, he could actually still push the site and do this.
Yeah, from a 1v4 all the way to a 1v2. Last 2 remaining players, however, I don't want to give him this fight so easily. Oh, as I say that, Rook is going to be peeking from behind the shield. Sure, you have boosted HP, but you can still be taken out from that headshot, and the AK-12 is such a great shot machine. Walks right through the breach, takes out quad kill. Could this be the ace for the clutch? Oh, he swings around the corner, and Brown Hulk prone in the garage. Saves that round from UTS. Extremely nice try. But Brown Hulk is there to take that round back into normality.
Well, Brown Hulk, you've done it again. He's been the player that holds that garage every time with that Oryx. And finally, he has his moment, clutching it out from what would have been an ace win there. Yeah, definitely closer than he would have liked, though. 5-3 now as DropoUTS once again on the defense, going to Church Arsenal. And Drew switching over to this Amari, going for a quick rush here.
I'll allow it. Not entirely sure where that Amari might go. Maybe through the main stairs window, a very popular window I've seen, especially in ranked or quick play. But not incredible number of windows that might go through. Good utilization of the 6th pick, not showing that Amari, so it might take some of DropoUTS off guard if he just zooms through somewhere and gets onto that site super quick.
You could definitely see him, as you mentioned, cutting off that first floor via those main stair windows. And we would make rotating back down for any roamers much more difficult, and that could, and ultimately that would split the power, the kind of manpower of the defense. Allow a rush, perhaps, or isolating those roamers for a full clear.
Yeah, and talking about the roamers, we do have a couple roamers, but we'll see if Drew does find any of them as he goes straight in, right through that main stairs window, walking straight down to side. I don't know if any of the defenders have heard that. He hears the beat now, and oh no, Varian's in the line of fire, gets taken out. Amara's already done her job, gets that one crucial pick already, and so close to the site. Oh, nice shot through the rotate hole onto Dick Grayson. Brown Hulk with a quick answer though, and that is going to be the head of that rush stop as Slivel wins his fight finally, using that Rook armor as well to make sure that he isn't taken down. Rest of the attacking team is now going to be a little slowed down as we have a couple more entering the dirt tunnel and this stock and garage.
Well, that rush definitely did its job, picked off 2 players before being traded out, but unfortunately for Obi, he was also picked out. And so that leaves it back in a 3v3 situation. Foot almost gave that play away, but Croissant not quite able to land those last shots. However, Brown Hulk will land his, takes out Huang, and makes it a 2v3 situation that actually favors DropoUTS for once.
Shot from Fail Mister shows what he's capable of as does a lot of damage to Croissant, but is down. Not taken out. Croissant do this again. He's almost clutched out a 1v5 situation and he's already taken one out, so just needs to find 2 more. These are 2 Rook boosted players though, so it's gonna be very tricky for him unless he's able to find that headshot. He's got plenty of ammo and plenty of utilities in order to kind of get his way through, but he does need to find these 2 very difficult fights.
Oh, Sliver, however, will be able to take out this last player. I think that info being relayed by that player. Yep, right up there at the end. There's a noble sacrifice, Failmere. You sacrifice yourself for the round. That is the true team play we like to see here. DropoUTS now on 5-4, actually bringing this very close here. Twice as good as last round and last map, and here they could actually tie it up once again.
A great showing from them already 4 rounds into this match, so definitely can't count them out completely, as it's possible could win this map 7-5 or into overtime. But I'd love to see a little more of a closer game than the previous one. As looking a little at the scoreboard, we've got 2 fraggers on both teams, Croissant on those 13 kills, and Brown Hulk as well, who's been very influential.
Very interesting though. Croissant is actually that ace player, so he's been able to do everything. Play the hard breach, plant the diffuser, and also get a lot of kills. And that's something that DropoUTS haven't been able to replicate. Their hard breaches aren't the ones who are doing the killing. It's mainly their entries. And of course, Brown Hulk. Of course, they do have a gun less with Slival on that Monty, and that's not a criticism of them. They've definitely made it work very well. And 2 attack rounds on Clubhouse isn't bad at all.
No, not at all, especially at the start. But you could see kind of how UniMelb were able to adapt to that Monty,
Objective is to locate a
continually
bomb.
bringing more and more utility in order to deal with that. So that's the mark of a team that is able to adapt and has a bit of that experience, able to see and define what kind of is going wrong and what needs to be changed. Now on the attack, quick entry from Obi, who is on the Nomad, not a character we see too often on clubhouse attacks, but using it to good effect, putting some on that flank in the garage. Now these attackers can come in here and also take this control real quick without worrying too much about flanks.
Valorant, however, will pick up Hwang from this, not in CZ, but in construction. Definitely did not expect him to be there, and neither did Hwang, it seems. First pick goes to DropoUTS for once.
Yeah, definitely, as that is a bit of a puzzling setup. No one actually holding that CCTV room despite all the castle barricades and ADS dedicated to that room, but nevertheless, it works out. Kai gets a kill onto the red stairs player as that sledge tries to put in. Oh, nice shot right through that drone hole onto Dick Grayson. Probably didn't even know where it was getting shot from, but it's going to be taken out. Good flank here as, oh no, Nomad goes off. I'm sure he heard it, but that just gives Croissant the opportunity to round that corner and take him out for free. Obi walks into construction, but it's not clear yet, so it's amazing that he's somehow alive. Slivel takes out Drew. Slivel tries to take out Punyan, but Punyan just a little bit too fast on that draw.
Free Fire was, of course, what gave him the win, but through the hatch, Brownhole going prone managed to get that player. Varian catches Obi with his back turned, and that will indeed be a 5v5. What was looking like a very, very poor situation for UTS Esports has suddenly turned around now as they go 5-5 into round 11.
You just don't expect that. You don't expect the man coming and shooting you in the back, but nevertheless, it's very effective. Takes out that player inside the site, and Varian always there to clean it up as well. Just shooting some of the players, I believe, through their back as well. So they just weren't too aware of that Kai's location either.
Well, DropoUTS could definitely make it a 7-5 for themselves here, as we mentioned earlier. If they manage to win these next 2 rounds, they have 2 more rounds of defense to work with, and if they continue this pattern, which has been, 3 consecutive defense rounds, they definitely could continue the momentum enough to take out UniMelb here. UniMelb, on the other hand, while they had some early momentum and they're doing very well, it looks like the clubhouse curse, the fact that it's just so defender-sided, has actually come back to bite them.
Definitely putting up a lot more of a showing here than they did on Oregon. Once again, going back to CCTV, not too much change in the operator lineup. I'd like to see Fail Mr. not die once again, but he's actually had a pretty good track record of that in the last 2 rounds. Really making it out to the last couple of minutes of the match and putting grenade and dash to a good use. So if he can keep that up, definitely going to be a plus for their team, and especially with this defender side advantage, could be giving them a couple more rounds.
I wonder whether UniMelb will commit to pushing Brownhole out of those garage rafters. By himself, he doesn't have much of the utility needed to deny these players. Croissant almost being
risky
on the other end of failure. That would have been ironic. But he will get away with his life, and the wall will be opened once again in quick fashion. Something UniMelb have done very, very well, for sure.
That is very brave. Fail Mr. A bit sick of being the first one. Wants to be the one who contributes to that, gets that first kill, but no, it's actually going to be Hwang who takes out Varian with a headshot, playing on these balconies, making sure that the Kaid can't really trick that wall very easily, as just straight shot through that window. Now the defenders are a bit in a poor situation here, as they've got back from this man deficit.
Dick Grayson will be underneath and hoping to catch anyone coming through this gym area, but it doesn't seem like they've committed much to it. At least not yet. The jump out, however, will be heard and Obi shuts him down. That's a free kill for Obi and a free kill for UniMelb, who extend their man advantage now, 5-3.
Yeah, I was a bit doubtful of the Nomad, but it seems to really work as no, Failmere is taken out and Drew with the double kill. One onto Smoke and then the second through the breach down to Brown Hole. He's been so influential, takes out 2, brings it down to a 1v3. Can he replicate that 1v5 almost clutch we saw? Can he? No, he can't. He has taken it out from that red stairs. Nomad just with the ACOG and aims, locks right onto that head, takes out the Oryx, who isn't able to have any more impact.
Well, I was going to ask if they were going to commit to pushing out that Oryx from Garage, but it seems like no, they are just going to go for that back take. And finally, this has worked out for them. Of course, the first time they did this, they were able to win CCTV. But the second time, it was Brown Hulk with that nice last second clutch 1v1 to win it out for them for dropouts. But finally, once again, Brown Hulk, as good as he is, he can't stop the onslaught of UniMelb Arctics, who will go on to match point now.
Yeah, it's real shame losing that Smoke so early. Not able to use any of those gas canisters effectively.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
That is gonna be that top floor loss, and at least from what we've seen in this match, the top floor generally not too defender sided. We've actually seen UTS also win their attack twice on that CCTV, so maybe there is something about that top floor that's just a bit cursed in this game, you know? Sometimes you just have these per game metas where one side suddenly becomes flipped, attacker sided when it should be defender sided.
I think it's just down to the fact that everybody plays it so much that people have gotten used to how to attack it. Dropouts, of course, brought that really interesting Monty strategy, and every time that worked when they pushed it up Garage, UniMelb just didn't have an answer. And now UniMelb have just gone the back take so well planned out that dropouts just have no way of flanking onto those players when they finally do go for that push. Elmir, dangerous position here. That's a dangerous game. Will he get caught out? He almost sees a head. Might actually escape with this, but Obi is still on the hunt for him. This player is staring down gun sight, but the shadows might give him away. He does not. Takes a lot of damage, and Obi is still on full health. Elmir might be time to go here.
The man has no fear. That's going to be Brown Hulk taken out, however. And Brown Hulk has been so influential in this game. He's not only the one who's gotten those multiple picks, and no, that's Failmere also down on the Garage. This round is falling to pieces. It's just left up to the 3 remaining anchors, as 2 roamers at the top floors, they've just been wiped out completely.
Yeah, and that was really, really quick too. They didn't use barely a minute to do so, and very little cost as well. Just look at the fact that all of UniMelb Arctics still have full health. They did not take a single shot. And that's not boding well. If dropouts want to win this and at least bring it to overtime, they need to get some picks fast.
Need picks, definitely, as this just gives so much control over to the attacking team. They can just walk around the map, do whatever they want, get whatever hatches or whatever parts of the map that they need. Now Maverick going for this hatch control, and also we see Habana inside the kitchen as well. Gonna be trying to get some of that open. Make a bit of a dual-pronged attack, however. Habana unable to get those hatches open because of this Electro Claw from the Kaid. Kaid, speaking of which, shoots down Drew, so no more Maverick. I wonder if that hatch was open fully, or maybe Drew went for that aggressive play, jumping down that hatch. Seems like that is what has happened. But Obi with the refrag, and Punyan pushes straight in, all down to Slivel. What can he do?
The answer to that is not much, as UniMelb Arctics in a 3v1 situation managed to win this out. 7-5 indeed. you got the prediction correct, but unfortunately for DropoUTS, they will not be able to at least tie this up. As Croissant MVP, able to do all that work there, opening up the wall and getting all those kills. But that will be a scoreline to remember. 15, 12, and 10 apiece for Croissant, Hoopy, and Drew. 3 players in double digits, and I did see there as well for DropoUTS, 2 players in doubles. And so not a bad showing at all.
No, not at all. And with that, that concludes the televised segment of our group stages. So if we can have a look at the ladder so far, this game we already know is going to be propelling the UniMelb into that qualifiers spot as the second team in Group D. So good work on for them, as that's going to give them that nice playoff spot and the opportunity to go further in this tournament.
UNSFW and DropoUTS will just be missing out. UNSFW on the same points as UniMelb's, but unfortunately just has one more loss there. Or is that a tie? Yeah, it's so they will be 12 points to the 15 of UniMelb. Oh, and of course, DropoUTS will be on 9 points, just another 3 points behind. So yeah, one win apart from DropoUTS, UNSFW, and UniMelb. Overall, a very competitive group though, especially with RMIT Black in there, who, of course, champions numerous times and runner-up from last season, and definitely the team people want to beat. So well done from all teams involved here.
Yeah, definitely. And looking into a little bit of the stats from this game, you can see Brown Hawk really being the MVP for the DropoUTS, garnering an amazing 16 kills, really tried to drag his team screaming and kicking through that map, but unfortunately just falling a little bit short there. 7-5 still though, a very good scoreline. Yeah,
and we definitely saw UTS bring out a lot more potential here. It was a different team. They played so much better and was so much closer. Unfortunately for Failmere, still a little shaky on those opening picks, but definitely still got some picks in there. And the survival rate was higher all around the board, except for Dick Grayson, who unfortunately 0% survival rate. That's an oof moment right there. F in the chat, boys. And of course, UniMelb doing very, very well there. 3 players on double digits, as we mentioned. Croissant, MVP, of course, with a 2.14 KD and a great rating as well, 1.48. Highest out of... apart from, of course, our old mate, Brown Hulk.
Yeah, great showing from the UniMelb team. Really good with the adaptations going into that clubhouse, as those first 2 shield rounds from UTS were really making me believe that this strategy might work, but they made some really good adjustments, changed up a lot of the ways they're playing, and managed to bring that map into their hands.
So well-deserved win there for UniMelb, and definitely looking forward to seeing them in playoffs. I think they can, at least in contention for semi-finals, based off what we've seen. But for now, we want to once again shout out to our sponsors who have made all of this possible. Of course, there's AOC, who our monitor partner. They've been doing this for over 50 years, so they definitely know what they're doing. Chatime, of course, for giving us great bubble tea. I remember last season for finals, they shouted us bubble tea so we could have a drink during the stream. Yeah. That was really cool.
Yeah, and also in addition, we've got AOC, make some great monitors at an affordable price as well. You really don't get to experience what 144 Hertz is like until you've gotten one of their monitors. So definitely, if you're somewhat of a competitive gamer or you just want that nice high refresh rate, I would recommend checking out their monitors as well. We've also got Indomie, make some great noodles. If you've, as I said before, if you didn't, I'm sure you've had some of these noodles before, but if you haven't, feel free to pick them up. They're at many of your stores, especially, but I think Woolies does Indomie noodles now as well. So try them out if you can. And finally, RIG, who develop great headsets that have some great audio with them as well.
And with that, that will be our broadcast for this week. It's been a pleasure casting with you, Jack. And for all our viewers, thanks for sticking with us through this group stage. We do have the playoffs coming up very soon. It will be a double elimination, so teams will have a chance to play again, even if they lose in the opening rounds. So with that, that will be all for tonight. And hopefully we will see you next week as we go into playoffs. And good night.
Yes.
From classic iced tea flavours like peach or mango to exotic lychee or pomegranate, you can enjoy your cha time any way you like. Cha time, shaking tea up.
I live my life on the run. I say I'm not giving up. I may be living alone, but I still believe in love. In a similar way, I feel I'm losing my conscience. Traveling for days without my knowledge of privacy.